Welcome back everyone. Today we're tackling another daily challenge. Let's jump right into problem 1559, detect cycles in 2D grid. As always, I want to mention up front, if you get stuck or have questions during the explanation, just drop a comment below and I'll make sure to reply. Here is the problem page. It has quite a few rules, so let's break the problem down visually so it's easier to follow. We are given a grid, sort of like a checkerboard, but filled with lowercase letters. Our main goal is to figure out if there is a cycle, basically a closed loop, hidden somewhere in this grid. But we can't just make a loop out of any cells. Every single step in our cycle must be on the exact same letter. To form the cycle, we can move one step at a time, moving up, down, left, or right, to an adjacent matching cell. The problem also states that a valid cycle has to be at least 4 steps long. And the most important rule, no immediate U-turns. You can't just bounce back and forth between two cells and call it a cycle. The editorial suggests a really elegant approach for this, utilizing a union find set. The trick is to treat our grid like a graph. If two matching letters are next to each other, imagine an edge connecting them. By thinking of it as a graph, finding our loop just becomes a classic graph cycle detection problem. If you haven't used union find before, it's a data structure that is perfect for keeping track of which items are grouped or connected together. Here is the core intuition. Imagine we are looking at two adjacent cells with the same letter, and we want to connect them. If we ask our union find structure to merge them, and it tells us they are actually already in the same connected group, boom! That means there was already a path connecting them, so adding this new edge completes our cycle. To scan the grid efficiently without double counting connections, for every cell we only need to look at the cell directly above it, and the cell to its left. There's a slight catch. Union find is usually implemented with flat, one-dimensional lists, not two-dimensional grids. So we convert each grid coordinate into a single unique number. We just multiply its row by the total number of columns, and add its column number. Here is the full Python class provided by the editorial for the union find structure. Let's look at its parts in smaller chunks. When we initialize it, we set up a parent list, where initially, every cell is its own parent, meaning it's in its own isolated group. We also track the sizes of these groups. The find function figures out which main group a cell belongs to. It uses a clever trick called path compression, updating parents along the way to make future lookups lightning fast. The unite function takes two groups and merges them. To keep things efficient, it always attaches the smaller group onto the larger group. Finally, find and unite checks if two items are in different groups. If they are, it merges them and returns true. If they were already in the same group, it returns false, signaling we found our loop. While the editorial just shows the helper class, to finish the problem you would just loop through every row and column, and use this class to merge a cell with its top or left neighbor if their letters match. You might wonder about edge cases, like what if the grid is just too small to even hold a cycle of 4 letters? Because of how we check for adjacent connections, a tiny grid will simply never trigger enough successful merges to form a loop, so our code handles it without any extra logic. For the time complexity, it is essentially order m times n. The alpha term refers to the inverse Ackermann function, which grows so slowly that for all practical purposes, our union find operations take constant time for each of the cells in the grid. The space complexity is also order m times n, where m and n are the rows and columns, because we need to store the parent and size arrays for every single cell. Let's summarize what we learned here. First, always remember that two-dimensional grids can be modeled as graphs, where adjacent cells act like connected nodes. Second, union find is an incredibly powerful tool for elegantly finding cycles in an undirected graph without complex depth-first search tracking. I want to quickly mention that I've changed the format of these videos a bit based on how I've been studying personally. Also, in case you couldn't tell, this channel is narrated by AI. I built this workflow so I could generate clear explanations the minute a new problem drops, and I share them here to help you study faster too. Please let me know in the comments if you prefer this bite-sized, faster-paced style. And don't forget to ask any lingering questions about the cycle detection problem we just covered. If you want to grab the exact code I just showed, or the full runnable solution, without pausing the video you can copy it straight from leetcodeunlocked.com using the link in the description. To finish things off, let's look at how we'd write this solution in a few other popular languages. Here is the equivalent union find class implemented in Java. Next, here is how you would set up the structure using C++. And finally, here is the implementation using JavaScript. Before we finish, I want to mention my secondary channel, Leetcode Unlocked. My mission there is to eventually post a clear explanation for every single problem on the entire platform. If you want to help support that massive goal, consider leaving a tip at buymeaboba.com/Leetcode daily. Please drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in tomorrow's daily challenge.